Well, good evening, everyone. It is Thursday night, and/or as I usually say, Friday Eve, Thursday night for those who like to keep track of the days of the week. And it is a warm day down here in Tampa, Florida. Of course, it's going to get chillier this weekend, but it may not be as chilly as it is with our friends to the north from Ottawa, Ontario tonight. We have Deadwood Valley Band to come and tell us not only about their new hit that they're going to share with us here. You guys will be able to view the video with us as well, so you get to enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed it. But not only that, to tell us exactly how they got started. And it may surprise you guys a little bit, but they do add a different flavor and flair to their music. So it may not be as common as you guys think. And the only reason why I know this, well, because as we were in the green room, we talked about it a little bit, and then I'll make sure that Andy and Mitch from Deadwood Valley come on to explain to you guys exactly how they got started, what they're going to be doing, and then hopefully, maybe we'll get to see them starting maybe here in the U.S. Maybe they can come out here to Tampa in the summertime with all the festivals that we have, and I think it'd be great if they actually made it in Gasparilla. Unfortunately, it is just a couple days away, so maybe they can come down here for all of our summer events, but nonetheless, we can't wait to talk to these two fine gentlemen, and if you guys have not heard the song Never Look Back, you guys need to take a listen to. And again, it'll be played live here on the show, so you guys can enjoy it as much as I do. There'll be a link, matter of fact, later on after the show, where you guys can check out the video on their YouTube page. And if you are not subscribed to their YouTube page, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the page, not only to help grow the band, but the next hit, so you guys will not miss them. And they're also available on Spotify. So, and I'll let them explain them as well. The same way, if you guys want to follow them, as soon as I bring up my next screen here, and you guys can follow them there on Deadwood Valley on Twitter. There it is. It comes up on the screen. So at Deadwood Valley, you guys, again, please give them a follow so you guys do not miss their great content. And with that being said, we're getting the show underway tonight. It is episode 174. We get closer to episode 200. And of course, pretty soon the TBL season will kick off as the draft combine comes up in February. But nevertheless, and important as well, the Eagles are in the playoffs, as I mentioned that real quickly. Not so much for the Canadian teams because there's no Canadian football, but the Buffalo Bills, most Canadians like the Buffalo Bills, so they are in the playoffs. And of course, it came off that dramatic game that Damar Hamlin was involved spiritually, which I think helped them with the win as well. So with all that being said, let's get the show underway. I'm Angel Martinez, host of Broad Street South and Sports Radio 102.9, and welcome to Broad Street South. And with me here this evening are the gentlemen from Deadwood Valley, the band. Andy, Mitch, first of all, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And that record that you guys made, it connects, I will say, at least with me, and should resonate with everyone else. But I do thank you, gentlemen, for joining me live from Ottawa, Ontario. And I guess you can, first of all, let everybody know how cold it is up there. It may not be as cold as I think.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. It's actually not too cold. It's probably -6 or 7. That's shorts weather here.
Oh, nice.
You know?
That's, well, listen. Go ahead.
Just to start off, I just want to say to Damar, prayers to Damar. That was awesome right there. So thanks for that, Angel.
Oh, you're welcome. No, listen, it's incredible, right? The power of prayer. And I know for some reason people like to cancel that out. Don't ask me why, I guess, in this new society that we live in. But without God, first of all, and the prayer and everyone that got involved that evening, because if you were watching a game or you saw it on social media, one or the two, it was absolutely insane as far as like what ended up happening that evening, but how everybody was spreading the message so much and how many prayers came through, because that was, other than a crazy miracle, God bless that he's alive, that he's able to talk. He was at least transferred from University of Cincinnati over to Buffalo, was released. Now he's back home. And I'm pretty sure he's probably dying to get back to the game. I think I would probably think about 10 times before I want to get back on the field. But, it's his choice. But I'm so happy for the Bills. I'm happy for Damar and his family, because thank God for, again, the power of prayer from everyone. It made a world of difference. So That was one scary situation, and I couldn't imagine 10 minutes of my life being taken off on the field.
The power of positivity.
That's true too.
I don't have cable.
well, well, then hopefully you kept up with it with social media, Andy. But yeah, listen.
But I just heard that Elvis Presley's daughter is on life support. She had a heart attack, and yeah.
Wow, I didn't hear that one. Who else? Just Jeff Beck that just passed away.
Jeff Beck, yeah.
Jeff Beck,
legend,
another icon, rock icon.
It was. Yeah. I mean, we unfortunately we see the threes.
Yeah, that's what they say, right?
Yeah. We're hoping that we don't see any more, though. That's the most important thing. But listen, fellas, first of all, the song itself, and we'll bring up the video here, Never Look Back, in about a couple of minutes. But for those who have not listened, and the way it's probably described is like a country rock. And as we talked about before we came live on air here, it's completely different when you'll hear someone come out and either someone like some bands, obviously they'll do ballads from other bands they grew up with until they can come into their own. And then some other ones, they come out with either one catchy song and then everything else doesn't fall into place. So I like to know, first of all, who came up either A, with the lyrics for the song itself, and then the concept behind the video, because the video, as I explained to you guys, and for everyone who has not seen the video here, you guys will be able to see it. I think it was done so well that it wasn't an overkill. It wasn't too much. There wasn't 30 million things going on in the background, which I really do appreciate it. And it made you feel like you were just sitting at your favorite watering hole and enjoying like the perfect band. So I guess I'll start out, Andy, with you as you're taking your sip of your favorite beverage there. But
yeah, it's grape juice, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's good.
No, yeah. So go ahead.
First of all, who came up with the lyrics to the song, and then what was the inspiration for you guys for the song?
I came up with some of the lyrics. Mitch contributed to the lyrics as well. And then I I took some stories that our drummer had told us about some situations in his life, and I kind of it just popped. Mitch was at my cottage. We were on the porch and we were having a few beers. He just started playing a groove, and I just started kind of rambling stuff to it. He rambled some stuff to it, and I said, "Let's record that. I think it sounds pretty good, and I'll pen some stuff, and we'll figure it out." And then we enlisted the guys, and they put the music to it, and yeah, we pinged it back and forth for a couple of months until we were happy with it, and we had a guy engineer it and produce it for us. He loved the song so much he took it on as a personal project for himself. So we were pretty lucky about that, and voila. And then the drummer lives in Toronto, and he said, "I'm coming to Ottawa. Why don't we do a video next week?" And I'm like, "Okay, I don't even have anyone to do a video." But so anyway, we winged it, and I said, "Okay, well, it's about never looking back and having whether it's a drug problem, a gambling problem." So we kind of did it as a gambling game. A poker game, and with the band playing live, and that's me and Mitch kind of
in a sense
directed it the way it was all pretty quick.
No, the video looks good. And Mitch, I'm sorry, you had said something, Mitch?
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess the message behind the lyrics to it, pretty much lyrically, our songs are lyrical, like as they are, and as simply to oversimplify things. So, I mean, as simple as a song may sound, as three note or four note songs. But I think that with the musicians that we have in the band, they do it tastefully, and they add a certain element of flavor to the songs that we write. And lyrically speak of, they touch base on mental health and other, like traumas or issues that people may face that day to day they can relate to when they listen to our music.
I
and
think
stuff.
I think
So,
everybody can relate to that song, whether that you have a gambling problem, whether you're in a bad relationship. It's something that a bad situation you want to get out and never look back. So I mean, could very well be many things.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because again, we have to, we there's certain bands, certain people you end up talking to, and they can either uplift you or and it all too depends on your mood. I guess to come up here with as far as the lyrics of the song, but sometimes it all depends on the mood that you're in. Some mornings you want to wake up and it could be speed metal just because you know that you have an exciting day coming up or something else, and it kind of goes with the way you feel that mood that morning. But with something like the way you guys put together would Never Look Back, it is true because you could have, even a day just like yesterday. Yesterday could have been a tough day, and that song could coincide with the day that you had. Today might be a little bit better on. So I like the way the lyrics are in the song because you're absolutely right. It could change with the way you feel at that current moment. So, good job by you guys because it's so catchy. And you can play that song like over and over and over again. And you can almost think of like 30 different things in your mind upon how you feel.
Yeah. Our wives hate the song, actually. No. They've heard it 5,000 times before it was even recorded. So, yeah.
That is true.
Oh, my God. You're going to play that song again? Yeah.
But now here's the other thing too, right? Because you guys have, as we've seen with our bands, and sometimes we get to see a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes. Sometimes we don't. Leading up to, especially when you guys are doing a video, because like you said, it had your drummer want to record it. How much time goes into just the development of the song when you're talking about from putting it, again, the lyrics, the guitar, the drums? How much time goes into it before you guys figure out like that's it? That's exactly the song. That's the beat that we want, and how it resonates.
I think you can overdo a song. We wanted it to be somewhat organic too. We didn't want to have too much layers of stuff, so that we go out and play it live, that it'll stand on its own. We wrote the song in July this year, 2022, and then I had to fly out west for a while, and then so it kind of was on hold for a month, and I think all in all, it took us probably 3 months with video and everything for that particular one. Because you ping ideas back and forth, and you like change this, let's change that, and so everyone had their input on the song, and we didn't really release it until we were all satisfied.
Right.
So it was a group effort for sure.
And that to me, that's what makes it most.
With the way that the recording industry is now, especially with COVID, is that us being musicians, we've been out of the playing live game for so long. Now this is all new to us as old school musicians. This social media platform is new to us. So for us, it was kind of throwing out a Hail Mary, just the unknown. So when your music gets out there, it's up to people like you that gravitate to it and kind of give us the exposure, because if not, the industry is saturated with music right now. So.
No, that's so true. And I tend to forget too, because it is post-COVID, and it makes, I guess depending on where you are in the world, it makes it a little bit harder because again, with either one country has a set of rules, the other country doesn't have another set of rules. And I know usually for musicians, because I know you guys like to collaborate too with other people, especially if you're all in the same room. We'll get Mitch back here shortly. I think he kind of disappeared, and hopefully on coming back.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, so he'll come back here shortly. But no, Andy, I know it's got to be tough for you guys because I know you guys probably want to add. I wouldn't say as far as adding more people, but when you're collaborating, because you do come up maybe with another song, or you guys have an idea on your mind. When you guys get together, is it something either privately you do in your own home, let's say in the garage, or if you guys end up meeting up in the studio, how much are they stringent on it?
The funny thing is, the drummer lives in Toronto and we're in Ottawa, so that's like a 4.5, 5 hour drive. So we've been collaborating on stuff just via internet. I mean, because of COVID, we kind of became accustomed to that. We all are in different projects, and funny enough, 3 of us went to high school together, but we never played in a band together. We just went off and did our own stuff.
Right.
Me and Mitch he was in another band. We were childhood friends. So 4 of us actually were pretty much childhood friends. Some of them just met. So at the video shoot. So it was kind of people that myself and Mitch knew, and we kind of just put these guys together. They're all schooled musicians. So we thought we had a pretty good song, and we wanted to enlist certain people and give it a go. I mean, during COVID, I think I wrote maybe 5 songs. We're working on a new one called Dangerous Goods right now, and I wrote that one out in Saskatoon in August, and I just wrote a piece of it, and then I came back and we all collaborated and finished it. So that one will be our next release. That one's probably more of a more country sounding, but more aggressive country than soft country. I don't know. I mean, how do you categorize anything these days? I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, because and hopefully, I guess we will get Mitch back here shortly. But no, it is tough because everyone. The one thing I will say about music, everyone has, for obvious reasons, different tastes. You might like one band and somebody else may not like. We've heard from, heavy metal, country bands. If you're old school, like some of us, where you had between Johnny Cash, Kenny Rogers. Let me go back a little bit further. There's somebody else that I'm missing here. I can imagine a face. Well,
I think. If it's a good song to me, a good song is a good song. I don't care if it's pop, rock, and then you have some people that are just stuck in this. Okay, I only like this style of music, but I mean, there's so much talent out there. There's so many good songs. I mean, and I think as a writer for myself, that's good to have all those coming at you, because it instills better production and writing, I think, for myself.
Well, I mean, again, that's good because you guys, because the market is saturated with everyone trying to start up and restart back up for the most part, again, after COVID, but finding your own, like coming into your own music, I think that's what connects a lot more, I would say, with a lot more people. For me, when if I'm listening to today, I might listen to salsa. Tomorrow might be country. Day after, it could be alternative rock. I try to switch it up so I can hear all the different genres that are going on. And to me, it makes sense.
I like alternative. I like heavy metal. I like, I grew up with, older stuff. A good song, a good story. I mean, Gordon Lightfoot is probably one of my favorite songwriters of all time. Another Canadian, just fantastic. I like storytelling myself, but
that's good. Now, speaking about Canadian bands, one band that I like, and it seems like everybody's made fun of them for some reason or another, but Nickelback.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Which it doesn't make any sense. Me personally, I've been to their concerts. I had a great time. They do a great performance live. And I've never understood why people make so much fun of them. Like they're some rotten band. I think they're one of the greater bands.
You know what I think happened? I think they got too much radio play and they were played so much that people got sick of them.
Right.
and they ended up despising them. And I think that's what happened, because they are a good band. They write good songs, but I think they were just overplayed on the radio, and people are like, oh my god, Nickelback again, for years, right? So I've never seen them live, but I mean, when they came out, they were a fantastic band. I said, these guys are going to be huge.
No, hopefully you guys go down that same path as well, because it'd be great for you guys to get out there and obviously to be able to tour locally, at least go to your local restaurants, your local bars, where you guys can end up starting off so people can end up hearing the music and then it keep growing from there, just like every band has done before. I was fortunate years ago when Bon Jovi had started off. My stepfather worked for a company out in Jersey called the Landmark Inn, and Bon Jovi was just starting to they were getting their start. That night there was a party that went on, and they were the band that was hired that evening. And their now logo before they came out wasn't the way they have it right now. So because again, they were startup, but it was cool to see them then before they got big. And the music, it was fantastic. And we laughingly joked around. I was like, man, they're probably going to be on the radio. But again, because when you hear a good band, that's what you expect. And then a couple years later, you can start hearing on the local Philly radio, local Jersey, Delaware, and they started growing from there. And obviously one of the better bands that we've seen and heard in years. But everybody starts somewhere small, and eventually the whole thing is that we hope that everyone just connects with the band and then spreads the word out. I think the only difference between if you go back to the 1980s to the 90s is now during social media, you have a lot more of an opportunity for people to share it out, so they can put their own spin on it. Now you can do YouTube has it where they can do shorts where you can have the video playing on one side and someone dancing or doing something else along with the video, which then gives you guys a lot more exposure as well, because then people want to find out where'd you guys get this video from?
It's definitely a different world. I mean, do you really make money on album sales anymore? I don't really think so. So is there a point of doing a CD when you can just, put it out through a distributing company? And, if people like it, they'll buy it, or they'll download it or whatever, or watch it on YouTube. And so, yeah, I think you really, I mean, we don't really do it for money. I don't think any musician gets into this for money. When
Right.
when you're a kid, you're not thinking about money. You're like, I want to be in a band. That's it. Right. You're not thinking about, you're happy if you have a piece of gum when you're a kid, right?
It's true. It's so true. No, but you're right too, because it is tough now for album sales that are really, really tough. And especially again, everything is an audio download, no matter which way you look at it. So the times have changed. Before, obviously you had the albums. If people want to go way back, you had your cassette, your 8-track tape for some of us who remember that one, when you used to just hit the button and hear the ka-chunk in order to get over to the next track from it. But no, you're absolutely right, because that's the nice part about the digital era, that you can at some form or fashion. Of course, you want to make money, because that's what keeps the lights on. That's what keeps the band going. And that's hopefully makes the production value and everything else growing. But the more important part is just that it's being able to connect. And I think as I'm getting ready to play the song here, Never Look Back, it's what it is. You want to hear that it takes one person just to connect and say, you guys got to hear this. And then hopefully it goes viral. And if it goes viral, as most people know, you'll have more and more people to listen to be able to put their input in. And whether we like, positive feedback or negative feedback one way or the other, it's good to have it either way, because then you'll find out okay, it's why someone didn't connect because of this reason. And then hopefully you guys can end up connecting back with that person, explain to them why. And maybe you need to listen to it again to understand exactly how the lyrics go.
We've been getting positive feedback. I mean, it's been streaming. We did some radio shows here, and they voted us in number 47 out of the top 100 songs of 2022. That was just their perspective. But I mean, hey, that's good. And then he had people listening, and then it's being spun in Finland for some reason. It's like 85% of our streams are in Finland. I don't know why, but
Hey, it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you like the song, good. I mean, it's a catchy song.
Yes.
We wouldn't have recorded it if we didn't think it would do anything. I mean, God knows we've listened to it 4,000 times.
Well, the one thing at least you'll know that no matter what songs and or albums you guys have put together, that first one it'll be just like running a bike. You'll be able to be to listen to it, to talk about it in your sleep. I mean, but again, it's a great video which I'm about to play here. It's a great sound and a great song because I love the way you guys end up putting together the country rock song coming out of this one especially. I think makes the most sense. But it's very catchy. So for those who are listening in here stateside, overseas, and everywhere around the world, if you guys have not heard the debut of Never Look Back, enjoy it, and we'll be right back.
But my soul is fire rated. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. I can see what you say, I can hear what you mean. I don't know where I'm at, but I know where I've been. Somehow turned out wrong. You gotta walk before you crawl. It's hard to shine when your back's against the wall. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. I can see what you say, I can hear what you mean. I don't know where I'm at, but I know where I've been. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back, never look back again. Every day I'm gone, never look back, never look back again. Never look back, never look back, never look back again.
Enjoy the song Never Look Back, and a good amount of lyrics in that song. Like I said, Andy, I think it wasn't an overkill. I like the way the video was put together. It gives you that to me, I would just say personally, in my own opinion, is that it just gives you that where you go to your local watering hole and you want to hear like the new band that's coming up, you'll see the sign outside, during the week, and who's Deadwood Valley? What do they have? What makes them different from everybody else? And I think if you're just playing that one song in a local bar, that's enough to kind of tease people like, okay, if you like that one, wait till the next one comes up. So I just like the way it was done. It, again, not too many lights, not too much motion going on. It went perfect with the song. So kudos to you guys for putting it all together. And I mean, again, a great sound. And I can't wait to see what the next song will bring to everyone.
Yeah, either can we. Yeah. No, like I said, we have compiled a few that we're working on. It's just weeding out what we don't want, and so the next one should be out relatively soon, and yeah.
Well,
it's not a slow song by any means, so it's got a nice tempo to it. It's a faster song as well. We do have some slower tempo ones that we're gonna probably save till later.
Right.
We don't want to bore people, But I mean, we're just doing this, hoping that people enjoy the songs, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. Hopefully. We can start doing some tours, maybe mid to late summer, and see where it goes.
Well, hopefully, if you guys end up touring, by all means, come down to either Tampa or Clearwater. They do tons of concerts on the beach in Clearwater during the summer, and it's always a great crowd. And I mean, and you have to. The last band that we saw. There was in August of this year, September might have been, matter of fact. Later on, there's always one for the 4th of July. And then later on, after Labor Day, you'll get more and more bands because then most of the summer storms will be over. Because obviously, if it's storming, they kick you off the beach and then you end up coming back. But
right.
The nice part is that for every band, and there was a Kenny Chesney tribute band. And if you really blink twice, at one point, because of the silhouette, because the sun obviously going out in the west there, but the way he poised himself on the speaker, and if you were just coming, you would have thought it was Kenny Chesney himself up on a speaker because the band had the same identical sound that he had. But again, that's, they're trying to come into their own. And I understand if you have to do cover songs until eventually when you're getting there. But I hope that if anything, again, if you guys come down here in Florida or anywhere in the States, make sure you reach out and we can, putting out there on social media to make sure we all share it with everyone. But how long do you think before we end up ending the show tonight? How long do you guys think before you'll be able to put at least an entire album together? And I think Mitch came back.
Oh, did he? I don't see him.
Let me bring him.
He's struggling.
Yeah, let me bring him back up here. Give me 1 second. I'll add him in once again. Well, he was there and then he took off. He was just there.
Poor Mitch.
That's all right. We'll have to get another night with Mitch, but I just saw him and he popped in and popped right back out again.
When we release the next song, we can do another podcast and maybe have some of the other guys on, and that would be cool too.
Yeah, it would be.
Our drummer actually, we went to high school together, and he actually had some great success in Canada. He played with Alana Miles. I don't know if you're familiar with Alana Miles out there in the States. Mm-hmm. He played with Derek St. Holmes from Ted Nugent.
Oh, wow.
And he played with quite a successful band, the Headstones, here in Canada. So They were. Do you watch Yellowstone?
Yes.
So what season are you on?
I'm trying to get caught up with everybody else.
So yeah, the singer for his band played the sheriff on Yellowstone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, it's funny how we came full circle and kind of connected during COVID. We also wrote some jingles together for radio, and we just started collaborating with stuff. And we were just stuck inside during COVID and started doing some stuff, and this is where we are now.
Speaking of here, because I want to go back to one thing that I just remembered. As you said, the three of you guys went to school together, but never played together.
We never played together. Never. We were all in different bands. One guy went to Toronto. The guitar player, he had a video on, in Canada, they have Much Music. It's like MTV.
Right.
So he did some stuff like that. And he has some other projects that is going on. And so we never played together. And the bass player I played with in another, like a fusion rock, not jazz, but very kind of bluesy fusion stuff. I played with him many years ago, and we just got basically together during COVID. And hey, you want to? What do you think of the song? Do you want to play on it? And they're like, yeah, that's great. When's the next one? So I'm like, oh shit, okay.
No, but again, it's interesting though how the circle of life just isn't working, because again, like you said, you guys all went to school together, didn't play together, but now, and sometimes maybe it's a blessing that it didn't work out that way, because then who knows where you guys would have been today? It could have been.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been here. I mean, it would have been. It's just just the time of your life where you're at, and how a song is written. It wouldn't have been written that way back then, right? It's just it would have been totally different. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, just we're having fun with it now, and whatever becomes of this this fun little journey is a blessing.
All right. Well, listen, at least you have a fan here stateside. I'm pretty sure you're going to have more fans come stateside, but I can't wait to get back together with you guys and see how everything comes along for the next song, and then obviously then the next video, and continue from there. But again, I love the song. It was very catchy when you guys put it out the very first night. Obviously, I ended up reaching out to you because to me, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I've heard it over and over again, and it is very, very catchy. And like you said, you guys probably on your end, because you've sung it so much, it's a completely different story. But I like it because you can use it just about anywhere and almost in any venue. And I would think that maybe one of the, could be basketball, could be football, somewhere it could be added in there where I could see the crowd going back and forth with it. So hopefully, maybe you guys can sell
it. Maybe even a hockey game theme. It's got a good driving force for an inspirational song. Never look back. Let's go. That we'd be honored if a football team or anybody used it, or we'll probably try and shop it for TV and movie as well. I mean, you never know. The doors open everywhere, right?
That's true. That's so true. Hopefully they will. It would be, although it'd be, on a car chase on a movie, I think it would be really, really good to start off, somewhere. I think it'd be really good. Call me crazy, but whether it be at a bank robbery or something else, and just hit it, jump in the car, and then the song kicks in, because it would go with the speed of the cars. It's getting away. So
exactly. You're hired as our agent. How do you like that?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Now we just got to reach out to the right people to make sure to make it happen. But no, it'd be really cool. I would like that. I think it would be really cool to see it in the scene somewhere where someone's getting in a car, they're driving away, and and here's a song blasting in the background.
Even in a video game, I think it would be cool.
It would.
It's a good. I could hear that in a video game.
You could. I mean, you have what modern. Not Modern Warfare is the latest one from Call of Duty. I think it is, if I remember correctly. But between that, GTA is another one where they've had other records on there as well. They've switched out the different music stations as you're cruising around the city. So you never know. GTA, you can tell me, listen, you guys got an upgrade going on. We got a nice song for you guys to put on your laundry list of music as you drive around and just checking things out. But no, again, very, very, I enjoy the song. The video, again, you guys, to me personally, I think you knocked it out the park. I liked it for the first one, which means now that you've set the bar now, right? So now when you go to do the next one, it's got to be if not as good as the first one, just a little bit better. But no, I
know.
enjoyed it. And I think you guys have great chemistry. I will say that much. Mitch, I'm sorry, buddy, that we'll make sure we'll get you back on the next one. But
Mitch, where are you? I can't find you.
But Andy, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And again, please let everybody know where they can find you guys, especially where you can find their music.
Hey, you can find us on all streaming platforms right now. YouTube, check out the video on YouTube. Deadwood Valley, Never Look Back. And there's more coming. And hopefully you guys are really going to enjoy the stuff that's coming out next.
I believe everybody will. So again, listen, thank you as well to Mitch. Thank you to your wives who have been there. I'm pretty sure for you guys listening to the song over and over again and making sure that things sound good, because the support from your wives obviously mean a lot as well before it comes from the fans. But
well, they do listen to it first. Yeah, I don't do that part there. No. You ruined it now. Forget it. No, take that part out. And I'm like, really? Okay, whatever.
Well,
so, yes, they do. They are our first critics for sure.
But it's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Well, it's the same way. When my producer, it's the same thing. Love her to death, because she'll tell me if this sounds good, if that doesn't sound good, this doesn't look good. So, it's well worth it, because there's nothing better to having someone right by your side to let you know either you're doing something really good or you're doing something really bad. So, thank you again, though, Andy. I really do appreciate it. Everyone. Please check out on the YouTube page. Look for Deadwood Valley. Check out Never Look Back. You will not be disappointed, as you heard it here today. You'll be able to hear it back on the replay, and also look for the link afterwards so you guys can listen, share it with your friends, more importantly, so everyone can get the opportunity to hear such a great song. But Andy, thank you once again. To everyone else, please have yourself a safe weekend.
You too, and thank you so much for having us and helping us promote this, our baby, our song.
You're welcome. No problem. All right, everyone, enjoy your night until we see each other again the next time.
Take care.